once it's cheese that melts easily. Not every cheese melts well and behaves well with heat, okay? So I'm just gonna start by running the processor. Oh, sorry, you know, I didn't call out the ingredients, so let me just do a run through of that really quickly with you all. Forgive me, some of you probably got a bit concerned. Alright, so for the ingredients for this, you will need 1 packet of active dry yeast, which is equivalent to a tablespoon of yeast on a measuring set, culinary measuring set, 1 teaspoon of white sugar, 1 cup of warm water, 2.5 cups of flour. You can use bread flour if you so desire, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I know you all understood that, so I'm moving on. So now I'm gonna get straight into, I already have the flour in my sifter. I'm using herbs, okay? So this is something that's pre-packaged and sold here in Trinidad and Tobago as pizza seasoning. Listen to me, if you live internationally and you want to do this, simply use Italian seasoning. If you can access fresh rosemary, chop it up very fine and get it in there. It's going to give intense flavor. Just don't use too much because that's a very strong herb in taste, okay, and fragrance also. I also have some crushed chili flakes or pepper, some dehydrated onions, and some dehydrated garlic, which is simply powder, onion and garlic powder, okay? And I have some olives. It's going to be brilliant in there. I'm not going to use it though. If you have it, use it. You know, they sell the black olives already chopped, pre-chopped. Feel free to use that, okay? Cooking is always about creativity after you follow certain procedures. I'm going to start running the processor. You won't hear me for just a while, okay? Alright, so let me get the flour going. Again, always sift your flour, okay? If you don't have the sifter like I do, use a sieve. Just use the correct size, because if you use a small size, you're going to be there for quite a while, okay? Or what is known in Trinidad and Tobago as a handheld strainer. Internationally, they call it a sieve or a sieve. That's that. I'm moving on. Start by adding your dry ingredients first. You'll know how I feel about that, okay? I'm just going to get my yeast directly in there. I'm not setting the yeast, proofing the yeast. The brand of yeast you use, it isn't important. What I'll suggest when you using yeast and the likes is simply always take it as fresh as possible. Don't stock up on too much of it. So in goes this onion and garlic powder. Also same thing. You all know I don't fuss with food, right? You all know I try to keep it very simple. It's herbs, so I'm using all. That was a tablespoon. This ceramic tasting spoon hold exactly 8 tablespoons, okay? I won't be using all of this because it is hot, believe it or not. The chili flakes or the crushed chili. So I'm just gonna put, I'll say probably about half a teaspoon. If persons you know can't stand heat, don't use it. Just forget that altogether. I'm using coarse sea salt, it will dissolve. Half teaspoon. Less is more with this, just be careful. And then the cheddar is going to go in there, and the cheddar contains its fair share of sodium. Yeah? So let me get my measured sugar going. Remember, I called out how much it was, okay? Why, when you're working with yeast, you need when you're working with yeast, you need a sweetener for the yeast to feed on. gonna average some granulated sugar. If you have brown sugar, use that. Yes, you need some for these to feed on, and don't ever work with room temperature water when you are, using yeast. It won't activate. Or room temperature liquids. I have to get the cheese in there also, but just first let me incorporate these ingredients if I get the cheese in. It already smells so lovely. You can't make this without cheese. You can make it, with just the herbs, right? Gosh, it's a mess with. I'll say about half cup to 3/4 cup of cheese, okay? Depends on you. It won't mess up the dough whatsoever. Don't go berserk with it because local cheddar contains a fair amount of oil. And the good thing about this recipe is that it don't require any resting time. It goes from being knead straight into the oven, which is really good, right? Your yeast, remember I said you don't want to use room temperature water, and you don't want it too hot either because it will kill the yeast. About 110 is what you are looking for degrees. You always start by adding a little. You can always add more as you go. Or your 2 tablespoons of oil. Please remember that, regardless of the cheddar being oily. I know some of you eat healthy and all of that, and you might be thinking, I don't really want to put the oil Chamion. Please, baking is a formula, a science. One-off move and it's downhill. So please use your oil, okay? If you have canola, grapeseed, avocado, feel free to use it, okay? But like I called out in the recipe, it's highly suggested that we use the it doesn't affect the outcome of it, that we use the extra virgin olive oil. So back to doing my water. You can always add, you cannot take away, so just be careful with that, okay? I know we have a lot of health conscious persons. Some persons might be like, I don't want the oil in there. Please don't use coconut oil. Please. It will change the flavor of it. It's going to change the flavor of it. I'm gonna get my hands in now. It smells just so good. When you all try it, you all will understand how good it smells, and it's not even, finished baking. When it's in the oven, it's an next story all by itself. That 1 packet of yeast also is just sufficient. You don't need to go with more than that. It's always pretty soft and nice, when you use this. So I'm getting ready to get it into its form. I keep it very simple with breadsticks because, of course, people, try my demos and such, and I don't want people confusing their lives trying to get fancy. There's different ways that we do breadsticks, be it twist form or whatever, but I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just bringing my pastry mat, okay? Well, I call it a pastry mat. It might be known by different names. I just like it because, and it's also oven safe. Like if I'm doing baguettes and so forth, I put it in the oven. It's huge, it's folded in half. I'm just gonna dust the surface. Always dust your surface, okay? Okay, there's my flour. You see all the nice herbs and the cheese coming through. That's what you want, okay? I'm just gonna roll it. I just need a bit more flour for dusting, especially the top of it. You don't want to roll it out too flat, and you don't want it too high. Don't worry about the flour, don't worry about insignificant things like that. I already have my baking dish waiting. Sometimes when I bake this, I'll be honest, I put cheese at the top, and sometimes I don't. cooking is just about moods and, you know, yeah. So you can put additional cheese at the top if you so desire. I'm going to bake it in a dish, like I said. You can bake it on a cookie sheet, but I'll be careful with that, okay? If I were you. Well, of course, my hand got flour on it, so you know how that goes. Sorry if I cut you all off. So the dish has some flour from my hands being on it. So I'm just going to spray it with some non-stick spray to play it safe. Right? You cut off the excess, the edges of your, I'm going to use my pizza wheel. You just cut off the excess, the parts that's not even, I'm going to show you all in an event, so I don't even need to explain, because I'm going to show you. And it's that simple. It's that simple. So all the parts like these, that's not, you know, looking too pretty, just discard of it, or you can roll it back if you so desire, but you don't want to do the breadsticks and these parts are like that, okay? So, and you just simply cut it, you try to average. You try to average as much as possible in inches in your width as you go. Okay, so this one will be a little too big, so I'll just pick up that. And you get it down in your dish, and you bake until it's golden brown. You can cut these in half also, still. The smell of this dough is just ridiculously amazing. Already smell like a pizza, I kid you or not. Right, so like I said, cut them in half. If you find they are somewhat too long, you can just cut them in half. You want to double up on this if you have a lot of persons that, you know, might want out of it, or if you are doing it for special purpose or something like that, okay? Just double up on it. Double up on your ingredients is what I meant. Okay, so just multiply the ingredients that I call by 2. That's all I mean by double up on it. Okay? If you have the extra virgin olive oil, feel free to get to drizzle some directly on there also, but don't overdo it, because with the oils, the cheddar is its natural oils, it's going to be just perfect all on its own. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of my herbs on top of there. When it comes out of the oven for presentation, you can add some freshly chopped parsley or dehydrated parsley, whichever one, okay? You're going to bake until golden brown. Don't put it too the rack that's closest to the floor of your oven. You don't ever want to bake like that. And you want to bake until it's golden brown, like I said earlier, okay? It's as simple as that.